just make a small diary and ask yourself like what you have learned in your entire day. So 30 days, 30 different learning should be there. So if you don't have any learning today, that means you have just wasted your day.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। मैं हूँ नाज़िया FM 107 से एंड वेलकम टू द शो कॉल्ड करियर कंपास नेविगेटिंग द फ्यूचर। दोस्तों, आज का हमारा एपिसोड बेहद ख़ास है क्योंकि हमारे बीच एक बेहद ख़ास मेहमान मौजूद हैं और आज हम बात करने वाले हैं बिजनेस मैनेजमेंट पे और साथ ही किस तरह से जो ट्रेंड्स हैं इस फील्ड में तेज़ी से बढ़ रहे हैं। हमारे बीच मौजूद हैं डॉक्टर जुनैद खान। सो वी वुड लव टू वेलकम यू। हाउ यू डूइंग?
Thank you so much for inviting me. Assalamu alaikum everyone, and it's a great honor that I'm here, and then I'm enjoying Qatar very much. And the way Qatar is developing, it's a very good thing, and especially in the education sector, I've seen Qatar is doing very well, and I can see a very better future for the students here.
Exactly. Since we know that you are the youngest professor, okay, so tell me what motivated you actually pursue your career in academia?
It started basically when I was a student, and then the way I used to see the lecturers and then my tutors, the way they used to teach, and then the way they used to motivate me all the time. And then from that day, I decided that one day I want to see myself there, and then I want to really make a difference, that I want to become a person who's making a difference in someone's life. And then also becoming youngest lecturer was one of my dream as well. And then I've achieved it, and then it's one of the biggest thing ever, because I finished my education quite like in a quick time, and that makes me feel proud in this field.
Can you share any particular moment that actually has helped you to shape your perception on teaching and research?
I'll share a quick example. When I was a student, so I used to do private tuitions as well.
Achha.
And so just for my learning, and because I had that passion from that day, and then when I was in school, so one day one of my student, he came to me and he said, "Sir, the things you are doing, it's really making difference, because you are telling me how things can be done quickly. And then I've never seen these approaches before, and you are actually helping me out." So he started his business and he applied those theories and then everything what I taught him, and then he's one of the successful businessmen. So that was the proud moment for me, that yes, my students are doing very well, and then I'm also doing something, and then they're always praising me for this. They're very happy that yes, we have been taught by a person who's a youngest professor. So it's a great honor actually.
What do you do to encourage your students towards critical thinking and creativity?
I think this is the next thing now coming in, and it's taking over not just the education sector, but I believe like it's taking over the entire world, even into the banking industry, into HR, into finance, everywhere AI is just taking over. Now, when it comes to the creativity, because I think the future is all about creativity and innovation.
Right.
If the students are not really learning creative ways that how they can start the business, or how they can come up with new things, new methodologies, new way of seeing things, because books are kind of, you can say it's outdated. Okay, because as a researcher, normally this is what we see, like we try to avoid normally books, and then we focus on the research papers, because research papers are the up-to-date information available. But obviously books are also plays a role of a foundation as well. But the thing is, if you come up with creativity, now the question is how to bring that creativity in the classroom. So the best thing what I have seen, what we are doing at the moment in our university, we are trying to arrange guest lecturer from the professional industries. Because obviously we can, as a lecturer, as a teacher, what we can do is we can just show the students what the book is saying, what the concepts are saying. But if you really want to get that creative idea, then you need the people who really working in the industry, so they can give you the clear picture that how we can embed both things together, and what is still missing in the industry right now, and then what can be filled in the future by young people like you guys. So this
Great.
is, I think it's really important, arranging guest lecturers from the professional industries.
So how can students actually cultivate the intrinsic, motivation to learn and to excel?
Intrinsic motivation, again, it's always a big question. When we are also, when we are having the mentorship program, we're always asking students, because we see many examples where students are not sure what they really want to do. So I think for this one, I think if they focus on the learning part, like if they start learning, if they start watching some business cases, if they start analyzing themselves, like, okay, what I'm good at, what can be done, what I can do with my future, what I really want to do, not just because you're impressed with someone, but where you have your specific skills, like you have any financial skills? Do you have any computational skills? Do you have any speaking skills, or you want to be like an entrepreneur? So are you thinking to bring some business idea into the real world right now? Because you can see that now the time is changed. You can see that many youngsters are coming up with new business ideas.
Yes.
And I think one of the best thing is because we are not still into the old style of teaching style anymore. So we are coming with a new era where we are coming up with more creative ideas.
So what are the challenges, or you can say some common challenges the students face in their pursuit to achieve their academic excellence?
One of the things I've seen is confidence level.
Uh-huh.
So I've seen many students, like for example, if I take my example from the UK market, so I've seen people, they sometimes they don't have confidence. And even if you go any corner of the world, confidence I think is one of the biggest issue everywhere. And I think how you can overcome to this thing is, I think if you have more presentations in the classroom, if you give them some sort of activities where they're engaging with the class members, where they're coming up with like as a public speaker, then you can overcome that thing, because it gives you a confidence level.
Right.
Because if you have a confidence, then even if you want to do something in any field, you will go and then you will perform well, because you know you have that confidence level there, you are passionate, you know how to speak, you can speak well, then you can really show, you can really make difference there. So I think this is what can be done in this particular era.
अच्छा, ये भी आप हमें बताइए किस तरह से एजुकेशनल इंस्टीट्यूशंस जो हैं वो किन स्ट्रैटेजीज पर काम कर सकते हैं इन ऑर्डर टू लुक लाइक मोर अट्रैक्टिव और आज के कॉर्पोरेट सेक्टर के साथ वो अलाइन भी करें बेहतर अंदाज में.
ये बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है, और इस पे बहुत वर्ल्ड वाइड काम भी हो रहा है अभी, क्योंकि मैंने जैसे कहा पहले कि जो सब्जेक्टिव डिग्री का कॉन्सेप्ट था वो वाइप ऑफ होता जा रहा है. बिकॉज जो कंप्लेंट्स आती हैं नॉर्मली स्टूडेंट्स, जब मैं कंसल्टेंसी करता हूँ तो दे आर लाइक कि हम तो सब्जेक्टिव नॉलेज पढ़ रहे हैं, बट हम practical side of it we are not really getting it, like what is happening in the industry actually. So what can we do is, there is a concept called entrepreneurial universities, so which is taking place in Western countries now. They're working on it. So in this one, what happens is that you collaborate with the professional employers, and then what you do is you make the internship process compulsory. Okay, then what happens is, once you finish your degree or after some semester, you send the students there, they get the professional experience, that actually how now I've learned the theory, how this theory has been utilized in this professional area, in this industry. So that gives them a very good understanding, not just the bookish knowledge, but the practical side of it. And then it gives them a combo approach where they can go and then they can justify their character, their personality, that yes, I'm a perfect fit for this industry. And then arranging guest lecturer, as I said, from the industry, which is really helping you. For example, you can see Harvard University, one of the example, that they always arrange like top businessman from all over the world. And then one of the main reason is not just like to call them and then to give the speech. One of the reason is to discuss, to share the experiences, that how the practical industry is really working out. So that is, I think, is a very good concept if the entrepreneurial university concept comes in.
What roles are available for the business graduate apart from this HR, marketing and finance?
So they can, because see, business is one of the, I think it's the universal degree, what I believe, because it opens all the doors for you. Because if you're a scientist, you can just go in the scientist area. If you're an engineer, you can just go in the engineering. If you're a let's say a software engineer, again you can go in just that. But if you're a business student, okay, so business student is actually studying everything. Because if you see in a university, when you're studying business, you study all the modules, and then it gives you all the knowledge, whether it's marketing, HR, finance, or any other field. Now what is happening in the future, because you've just asked me like what are the other options they have in the future. Now every single degree is changing to data analytics. Okay, so data analytics is the next thing in the future. Okay, now whether you're doing digital marketing, we need data analytics. If you're doing HR, we need data analytics. If we are doing finance, we need analytics again. If we are doing human resource management, so we still again need a data analytics. Now what is data analytics? Now this is another question. Normally people think, oh, data analytics means I have to deal with IT sort of stuff. So it's not IT sort of stuff. So it's again, you're working, but you're working on software. Okay, because we are moving rapidly towards era with full of technology. So everything will be done using softwares. So they will be having all these data scientists, data analytics, data engineer, and you can still work with the business degree there because you are controlling the business using a software and using an AI mind, which is helping you out to excel the performance.
Great, perfect. बहुत ही अच्छा जवाब. Okay, how do you see the role of this continuous professional development helping in bridging the gap between the training and skills?
Training, it's very important thing because there are many universities in the world. What they do is they sign contracts with some professional corporate sector where they send people for internships. In some universities they made it compulsory, and then as I said, I gave you example earlier about the entrepreneurial university. So this is coming in with a big pace, like it's every country is talking about entrepreneurial universities. So what happens in entrepreneurial universities, they sign sort of a contract with corporate sector, and what they do is that after the degree, after the certification, you do compulsory internship, and in internship, if you show that yes, you really have the talent, then you get the job there. So it's a kind of like you're giving a guarantee that after degree your job is ready. So which is a very good thing. I think if they work collaboratively, corporate sector and all the industries, and then they can fill up that bridge in between, which is kind of the gray area right now, where the students struggle after the degree, like where to go. So they would know that, okay, I have done internship in this particular area before their degree finishes. So they will make up their mind and they will go straight into that area. So their job will be easy as well. Right. And they will identify the ladder that, yes, I want to achieve this ladder now. I know my goal, like this is my way where I have to go.
Great. Okay, since we know that you're working on a project, on a book especially, and that the topic is self-branding.
Self-branding, yes.
So what is it all about?
So self-branding it's again like, because I do a lot of consultancy, and then I found like students are still not clear what they want to do. I found many students, they are just off the track, or they are not motivated, or they're not very clear that what they really want to do with their career, with their future. So because I'm a marketing guy as well from background, this is what my PhD specialization is. So I thought, okay, why? Because in marketing, we call ourselves as products. Okay, so self-branding is all about how you can portray yourself as a product in the interview when you're actually going in the industry, because most of the people fail the interview. When sometimes they get to the interview stage, they're not really good with presenting themselves, presenting their skills, presenting themselves as a brand. So if you do, like, there are many strategies I'm working on which will help the young generation, coming generation, Gen Beta, especially Gen Alpha, that how to design yourself, how to fulfill those needs, what the employers are actually looking for, and how to come up with a strategy which ends you up in getting a very good job in the professional sector. Okay,
Junaid, how would you like to conclude this topic?
So I would just say again all over, like, be creative. It's for the students, like for the young generation, for the coming generation. I think if they spend more time, like I always ask my student, like, how many hours you're spending on social media. Like, I'm not against social media. It's a good thing. Like, it gives you a lot of knowledge as well. But then the main thing is it a credible knowledge? That's the main thing. And then what you're doing for yourself. Every day, I always ask my student, like, just make a small diary and ask yourself, like, what you have learned today in your entire day.
On daily basis.
On daily basis, yes. So 30 days, 30 different learning should be there. So if you don't have any learning today, that means you have just wasted your day. So this is my advice, that make a small diary and try to learn new thing, a new knowledge, a skill maybe, or maybe a new approach, a new strategy, and just make a note of it. So you can reflect back, and then you can see, okay, this is the thing I've learned. Now how I can use this in my maybe education or business, or maybe the job idea, or maybe a creative approach I'm trying to design. So this is what the advice would be.
Fantastic. Thank you so very much for giving us your time and sharing such valuable insights.
Thank you so much. I'm very happy. And then thank you so much again. Thank you Qatar again for giving me this opportunity, and then for giving me this time as well. And thank you all as well. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Really, we are looking forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.